Hello everyone. We all would have had the requirement to send out a notification in case any of our cloud services has run into an issue. So today I'm going to talk to you about the traditional way of sending the notifications and the modern way. So let's get started. But before we do, please like, subscribe and share the channel, and it can help their careers as well as their knowledge also. So in any use case, when we had a scenario, say we want to get a notification like guard duty has failed, or if there's an error in say a backup service, we cannot come to the console, or even the operation person cannot just keep coming to the console to see what the issue is. So for which the events have to be proactive, because say there's a security incident, and that is what is captured by guard duty, AWS guard duty. So you would want to have the immediate incident immediately looked into, rather than having a delay of 1 hour, a few minutes, or probably a few days as well, because it depends upon the organization's operational procedure. So for which one of the classic ways of sending out the notifications used to be, and we have implemented this pattern a lot of the customers, that is the events. They are captured in CloudTrail, like be it guard duty, be it AWS backup, or be it any event for that matter in cloud, in AWS specifically, it's going to be stored in CloudTrail. Once the event is stored in CloudTrail, EventBridge is a source of information where the event could be captured. And once the event is captured in EventBridge, a Lambda would be triggered. It would be parsing the event, and it doesn't need to be Lambda. It could be a SNS service as well that could be getting the notification and accordingly sending out an email. But if you use a Lambda, the email is going to be more properly formatted. So you may have to write a Node.js, a Python, depending on your language preference, and then set up an SCS as well to send out the notifications. Now this pattern worked great, right? I think that is where probably AWS also felt the need that we need to do something, because a lot of clients or people are using this pattern. So we need to provide a service. And this is where I wanted to introduce you to a new service that AWS has come up with, where this pattern is no longer or won't become outdated because of this new service. So let me show you what this new service is about. And this service is essentially user notifications. So if one has to set up a notification, they don't really need to now come into the setup here. They have to come in here and do the notifications. So one can easily search out the notifications from here, the user notifications, and to come in here and do the setup. So let me show you how this will be working. Now this is where I can do the backup notification that I can do, but let me create a new one for the guard duty notification, and it's going to be so much more simpler compared to we doing it via the Lambda where we have to do a lot more coding. So it's going to be a little more simpler here. So let me choose this service out here. Now one of the things I can look into is CloudWatch. I can do this CloudWatch setup here, and this is where I can shift the name. The type of identifies the notification. Let me give this as guard duty, and probably the description is fine. Now this is where I need to choose the service out here for notification, and I can choose the event type. What is the thing? Whether it's guard duty finding, or if it is runtime protection, healthy, unhealthy, I could do all this, but I just want to do a guard duty finding, because what I'm trying to say is that if there is an issue with guard duty, I want a notification to be sent out, to be it whatever the cause. A few of the regions I can choose, Virginia. So for now, I'll just choose Virginia. And you may want to choose advanced filter out here, depending upon your use case. Say you may want to narrow down the search criteria, depending on how you want to go about it. And so as of now, I don't need to do anything, any filtering, but something that one can look into. So you can do this. You could provide the aggregation if you want to do it in 5 minutes, or you want to do it within 12 hours, or if you don't want any aggregation at all. So it's so much more simpler compared to if you have to do it in EventBridge. And if I have to show you something, this is like the EventBridge one will have to do the rule. You will have to create a rule out here. And it's going to be a little more complex. So I could create a rule. And this is where I will get this guard duty rule. I could choose this, and this is going to be the pattern. And I will be providing the sample event out here. This is the sample event type. I could choose it, or I could choose come out here, use guard duty, and then I will have to provide the event type. And this is going to be the same. You see it's the same out here, but over there it's kind of automated. You could do next. You could choose this target, which is Lambda in this case. You could also have it as SCS if you want. SNS, I mean. You could send it to SNS and then you could further do processing. But you see, I will have to take care of a Lambda function. I will have to probably capture the event as part of the SNS. And this is the beauty of user notifications. It's going to be a nice AWS formatted email that you would be receiving and be able to proceed with this, right? You will get this information and now you click create notification configuration out. I need to give a unique name. So this is where I choose CloudWatch. And I'll just do guard duty, CloudWatch for, and you choose CloudWatch, and this here is where you choose guard duty. So this is where you choose guard duty, you choose guard duty finding. I choose Virginia. You could add another rule here, but you don't need to. I think one is fine for now. But you could kind of club, so it makes it more simpler. Otherwise, you'll have to kind of handle that complexity in a Lambda or somewhere else. So you do this, hit create notification. What's going on? So I choose the service, CloudWatch. Okay, probably this is where I need to, let me try leaving it. And I choose guard duty finding. Select the regions. Okay, this is probably the email notification is what I need to provide. And so for now, yeah, I think this is where it says it's optional, but I think that's where the issue is. But let me give this, and I could choose this, right, like, I can do this admin here. And then like I said, I think the issue is it can only contain letters, numbers. So they can do all lowercase actually. I think that's what the issue is. See how simple it is to now send notifications because of this new service that AWS recently launched. So now we have created guard duty notification and we can see the notifications out here. Like I'll just create a few more so that you can kind of get the idea. I'll choose CloudWatch and I'll choose config. Change this name to be config non-compliant notifications because when you configure AWS config, you will get a ton of notifications. So you only want the non-compliant notifications, otherwise you may get spammed. Now this is where I was telling you how you need to go about creating a filter. So I'll choose here config and I'll choose here the compliance change rule, Virginia. And now this is where you need to make the advanced filter out here. So this is where I just wanted to show how you can go about creating the rule. So you need to understand the AWS config event for that you could kind of reference this, and all this is going to be part of the blog as well. What I'm trying to do is just get only the rules that match this criteria. That is what I'm trying to say. So just making it a little more granular. So you just need to get this output. And if required, you could always see a sample from this part here. You could always get this sample. And this is an example you could see guard duty. Let me choose it to config for somebody who wants a sample event. Now, this is what we were saying, compliance change. So you see, this is what I'm trying to make. And this is a similar screen you will be seeing in user notifications as well. So it's a very simple setup compared to going through all those like lambdas and other things. It's something out of the box which will be configured. And you just make it none. So this is where what I'm saying is I only want notifications for non-compliant, and this is where only which the filters match this criteria. That is what. So I'll just kind of copy this because in case again I get the same error, I just want to ensure. Now this is another good thing that you want to see, that earlier with rule, you could kind of send an email and there were a little more integrations, but here you have out of the box integrations. You could send it to AWS mobile app if you have it downloaded on your phone, or a few chat channels you could see. These are the chat channels you will see, like there will be you can configure a chat time something. Drop in the comment if you want details on that, but for now I'll just kind of keep it email only and then mention like this. I'll mention admin That's for the domain part. And tagging, you should definitely do tagging, but for now I'll skip it. And clicking it, okay, there you go. Same error. I think there's some issue with the GUI here. The GUI is sort of usually buggy for AWS. Maybe it's a new release, that's why. But hopefully this should do the trick. Yeah, let me choose this guy. Save it. Choose email. And let's see. Okay, there you go. So it has to be again little, because for this reason I had saved it, but it is saying it is invalid. I think this is where the goof up is. The detail message type. Oh yeah, this is the issue. So I missed putting this, and then I'll just bring this up. And now new evaluation result. This is the one. And compliance type is this one. So yeah, I don't need this anymore. Oh, I'm good. Let me take a backup of this in case I run into the same issue. Okay, there you are. So some issue is there. But I don't want this name. Just put it, I can go here, edit, and give it another name. Config non-compliant notifications. Okay. So you do this, you hit update notification config. So this again is another pattern, and I can kind of try to show a little more. Okay, let me do IAM analyzer this time now. Okay, so we created two config guard duty backup. I can show you because this I created before. Let me just show you the configuration. Essentially what I'm just saying is for the failed notification to the backup, and all this is going to be part of the blog in case you want to refer this JSON. So you can use this, and this is what the setting is going to be for backup. So now let me create another one for IAM access analyzer setting. Now this is where one will need to go to the same setting for that. So let me show you how we are going to do the same. I choose here, alright, CloudWatch, and this is where I can give a name. Let me give lowercase. For some reason it saves it with lowercase. Let me leave this for now. And this is where I have to choose IAM rules anywhere. And let me see if this works. There is none for IAM access analyzer or making a custom one here. So probably this I cannot do. Let me see if there's an option for EC2. EC2 is here itself, yeah. So, because this is where in the rule, what I can do is I can make a custom JSON. Actually, let me try it here because this is all just a GUI. It doesn't do much. Let me change this to just for the sake of it too. I don't think I need to do any of this actually. Saying this is where the event type is going to make the difference here. Okay, no, here we go. So this is for the Access Analyzer AWS. That's what I was thinking, that event you do have this, but you can choose this option. So this is the one you want. And let me give it a name. IAM Access Analyzer Notifications. Okay. And now I choose the event type. This is what you need to choose. You want to choose the Access Analyzer finding. And this is where you can give this because ideally you want to capture all the events that are there. Again, same thing, choose the region that you want. I'll just choose Virginia. Now here, this is what, again, you want to use the advanced filter. Otherwise, you're going to be bombarded for even the archived rules or suppressed rules. So this is what you want to do. Now for the sake of it, I'll just kind of come here, show you the pattern that is there. Use a schema, use pattern form. Let me use this guy. Same thing, not much of a difference. And Access Analyzer. And I'll just kind of copy this one, just save a little bit of typing. And this is where, after this, I'll come here, a little bit of typing. And this is where, after this, I'll come here and choose detail. So this is what I need to put it in the square brackets, and this should be good. Let me again save it because it doesn't somehow like it. Let me put the email And again, just put any email and, right, this is where you go. Give it admin. It's already taken it. You see, I just tried to put the other email up. This is not a right email. Obviously, you want to put the right email and to check the configuration. So now, hopefully it works on the first click, which it did. You can, this is one, you can get the IAM Access Analyzer as well. It's inactive because it spins up in the other region, right, where it is, because this, you see, is again a global setting, unlike the one which is very region specific. So another advantage of using user notifications compared to this setup. So now with this, let me go to the last one I'll create for today, which is health. And this is where you see there's this health notification. You have this health. I'll just leave the default names. Health. I'll choose health abuse. Yeah, I'll just choose specific health events. Same. I'll choose the region. You see how straightforward. I want to capture all the health notifications. So I can just leave it at this for now and choose email and choose it, right? And this is what you choose and create notification contribution. So I hope this was a very detailed video how you can go about creating notifications for AWS Health Notification, IAM Access Analyzer, AWS Config, AWS Guard Duty, as well as any backup failed notification. I don't think it'll get any comprehensive than this. With this, hope you should have all the information and knowledge, know-how on how to go about creating it. So again, please like, subscribe, and share the channel. Have a good day. Thank you.